Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex, and today we're looking at a paper from the Hugging Face trending list, published on July 11th, 2025, about 5 days ago. This paper introduces a new framework, CoDi, that achieves state-of-the-art subject consistency while maintaining a pose diversity score of 0.0758, which is nearly identical to the baseline model. The paper is titled Subject Consistent and Pose Diverse Text to Image Generation, and it really tackles a major trade-off in creative AI. It uses a novel two-stage process to first transport a subject's identity into a new pose, and then refine the details. Also, the authors shared their implementation, and it's all available on GitHub. You'll find the complete source code for CoDi there, along with instructions to set up the environment and run inference. They've even included scripts for benchmark generation, so you can really dig in and test it yourself. Alright, so this figure really shows the results in action. We see two examples, a skilled barista and a porcelain princess. The top row, using the standard vanilla SDXL model, generates a completely different person in each image. Now, other methods like Consi Story and Story Diffusion, they keep the subject consistent, but the poses are all very similar. Then you see CoDi at the bottom. It keeps the same subject, but in genuinely different poses. And the numbers on the right back this up, showing CoDi gets the best fidelity, or consistency, while also achieving the highest pose diversity. So how does it actually achieve this? Well, this diagram breaks down the clever two-stage process. First, it uses cross-attention, which is the model's way of linking prompt words to image areas to create a mask of the subject. Then, during the early generation steps, it performs identity transport. This uses a technique called optimal transport to essentially mosaic the reference subject's features onto the target pose. Finally, in the later steps, identity refinement kicks in, selectively sharpening only the most important details to complete the image. Alright, and this table really puts numbers to what we saw in the images. It compares CoDi against other methods on three key metrics: subject consistency, pose diversity, and prompt fidelity. So for consistency, which is measured by scores like Clip1 and Dino V2, CoDi is the best across the board, but the really striking result is in the pose diversity column. You can see that other methods with good consistency really sacrifice pose diversity. CoDi, however, achieves a score nearly identical to the baseline vanilla SDXL model, proving it really solves that core trade-off. And this set of images really brings that component analysis to life. At the top, you have the baseline model, which creates a completely different mermaid for each scene. Then, adding just identity transport, you can see the mermaid is much more consistent, and the poses are still nice and varied. But with only identity refinement, the poses become very repetitive, even though the mermaid's look is locked in. Finally, the last row shows the full CoDi model, a consistent subject and truly diverse poses. It's a perfect visual confirmation of what the numbers told us. So to wrap things up, we've seen how CoDi really manages to solve that tricky balancing act, keeping a subject the same while also letting them move freely. Its clever two-stage approach is the key, using identity transport early on for pose-aware feature mapping, and then identity refinement later to selectively sharpen details. This allows the model to achieve top-tier subject consistency without forcing it into those repetitive, boring poses we saw earlier. It's a really impressive, training-free solution for visual storytelling. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.